Hello happy family, welcome once again to OBAAPA'S recipes. Today's video we're gonna learn how to prepare authentic Ghanaian Gari Fortor or Gari Jollof. In fact, it has been a long time since I tried this recipe, so I decided to share with you, and also it's a requested video. So please take your seat, don't go nowhere, come with me and let's start cooking. Alright friends, to get started you need your fresh boneless chicken. Yes, that's what you're gonna use, but you can use any meat of your preference. Next, I have my vegetables right here, and as you can tell, I have my onion, bell pepper, tomatoes, garlic, ginger, and habanero pepper. Yes, that is all we have right here. And next I have my tin tomato paste or tomato paste, and this is about 12 ounces. And I'm going to use some of these spices. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use all of them, but that is all I have here. And also friends, we're going to use the mastermind of the game, almighty Gary. Yeah, so I have my chicken already washed. I just cut most of the fat off from it, and I'm just gonna cut it into small pieces. Okay, and if you prefer to use beef, or lamb, or even goat meat, you can just feel free and do so. And even you can use fish as well. So next we're gonna add our chicken. It is nicely cut into pieces, and we're gonna start seasoning this. So with this recipe you can use any seasoning of your choice. It doesn't have to be the same seasoning I'm using, but if you have those seasoning, that should be absolutely fine. Okay, but if you don't have it, just use any season that you have in your pantry. So after we season our chicken, we're just gonna go ahead, and mix them well. Make sure that everything is nice, and we're gonna cover it and have it sit for 10 minutes. Alright friends, so we have our vegetables ready, and I just washed them. So I'm just gonna cut the onion, make sure that I peel off all the dry skin, and then next we're just gonna cut them into pieces. Alright, so if you are craving for this recipe like I am right now, yes, just try and prepare. And friends, this is really different from garito. Okay, so most of us get it very confused with garito. Garito is actually prepared differently, and then I will share the recipe also very soon. But Gari Fortor or Gari Jollof is actually different, but the taste is just awesome. Yeah, so you make sure that you cut all your vegetables really nice. And if you don't get the red bell peppers that I'm using right here, you can use tomatoes, that's fine. Or if you can get all the vegetables in this video, then it means you are good to go. Okay, so yes, we are almost done here. So we have our blender ready, and then I'm gonna start blending this after I added everything together. Yes, everything is gonna go into this blender, and then make sure that you blend it into a very smooth consistency. Next we have our tomato paste ready. So with me, I like to cut the bottom and top. That's how I like mine. You try a 20 running in a yes. All right, so in this part we have rosemary and bay leaves, and I'm using coconut oil to cook this recipe. You can use any cooking oil of your choice. So after I let it heat up, I'm gonna start cooking my chicken. We're gonna fry this chicken in this beautiful gorgeous oil right here. Yes, go ahead and then stir them up, and then let it cook until it becomes brown and like crispy texture. That it means that it's almost done. Like as you can see right here, it is ready. So I'm gonna start removing all of it, and we have to make sure that you don't burn this chicken thigh actually cooks really fast. Yeah, so make sure that you don't overcook it. That's very important. Alright friends, so next I have here my tomato paste, and I'm gonna add that. And remember, this is 12 ounces of tomato paste, and that is perfect for this recipe. Okay, but if you are making this recipe for like a large family, you might just go ahead and double the recipe. That's the only way you can get like a big quantity. Yes, so I let the tomato cook for about 5 minutes. And remember that we just blended our onion, bell pepper, vegetables. We're just gonna add it in a few. Yes, everything smells so nice. I wish you can smell it right here. It is not done yet. We still have a little way to go, but it's just smell amazing. I like how this turned out, and I believe that you can't wait to try. So I just added a little bit of water in here, you know, just to rinse the blender, not much at all. So next we're going to cover it, because if you don't do it, me say usto funu nyina so base it tan 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 tan. We don't want that, okay? We want to make this recipe as clean as possible. So after I let it cook for about 40 minutes, I'm just going to add my spices right here. Yes, and you can add any preferred spices, like I said, of your choice. It's absolutely fine. And you have to leave it in the fire to cook for about 10 minutes. So back to our almighty Gari. I'm using about 1.5 cups, and that should be perfect, you know. And I just added my salt, you know, to taste, and you know, gradually add water. Don't add too much water. Probably I would have say like, you know, 10 tablespoon, you know, that should be, you know, perfect. That should be enough, no more, because you don't want it to make it like you're making Gari, you know. Gari porridge or something like that. So you have to pay attention to this side. It is very important. So as you can tell, the consistency feels really nice, and that is how I want it. Yes, beautiful. I like it. I really love how this recipe turned out. Okay, friends, so our stew is actually ready. So I'm just adding some vegetables in here. This is optional, but you can, you know, do so just to get, you know, your Gari Fortor, you know, very nice color. You know, that's the reason why I'm adding this. And just let it cook for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, just go ahead and add your Gari, and then, you know, lower the heat into a low heat. Yeah, the lowest heat as possible, and just keep stirring until you get it, you know, mixed with the stew. That is how we want it. As you can tell, everything looks perfect. I have fat. You say I have corn so. Where you journey, I was say everybody must try. This is the recipe. I was say oh fear. A bit may be a day. Since I really enjoy cooking because it is all about the fun, you know what I mean? You have to just enjoy the hardship of your work, you know what I mean? Just enjoy your food. When I hear and our brain our year wadi enti di weduane na ho nto. So right now, like I said, I like to eat my food in a sanka way. So me pama poto we when you pa me friend agro. Into just go ahead and serve it, or if you have plate, you can serve it in the plate. That's absolutely fine. So I'm just garnishing this with a little bit of parsley right here. This is an optional as well. And I have here my egg. I'm gonna add it like that. And you know, it is ready, you know, just like that. Everything looks so delicious. So I hope you really enjoy cooking with me in the kitchen. I love cooking, and I always make my kitchen a really fun place to be. So I hope you will learn from it and share this recipe among your friends and loved ones. So let me just go ahead and taste it so you can see how it is. Aduane na akɔno say. Aduane is kondo. Unya bia wuni. That is how it is. So thank you so much again. Until I come your way, don't forget, friends, to share. Don't forget to share for me, okay? So everyone can learn as well. Now, hope on show PPR. Until I come your way, stay safe, stay joyful, and have a blessed day.